What's up, YouTube? This is FourthStarTCG, and today I have something really awesome for you guys. I have PSA Returns. I think this is probably submission number 12 that's coming back. I believe that's it. I'm not exactly sure. Might be number 11. Who knows? Either 11 or 12 probably, or 10. Who knows? We got a PSA return. Extremely happy with this return. Amazing stuff coming back here. I do have two cards that I sent off for relabeling. I'll show those to you guys real quick. You got a Deoxys from the Battle Road Spring. They actually messed this one up. Who knows if I'm going to send it in for relabeling again, but it needs to be labeled as Deoxys Holo, as it is a holographic card. And they were also missing the promo number 129. So that got fixed, and this one was actually fully fixed. It read Rockets Raichu EX, and it should be Rockets Raikou EX, and they fixed that for me. So some awesome cards to have those back finally. Did take a while for that to get done, but let's get into what I'm sure you guys are here for, which is these awesome PSA cards. Just got to slice through these a little bit. So I've opened up the case. I've opened up the actual package these were sent in. This is going terribly. I know I use scissors to open these now. So I've opened up the case. I know the grades, but this is the first time I'm actually seeing the cards. Short of doing like a complete me not knowing the grades, which I never have the willpower to actually wait and wait to see when I get them. Maybe if I send off a quick order or something like that. But look at that. I believe this order was 23 cards? 23 cards? I think it was 23. Alright, so without any further ado, we'll move that to the side for now. Let's get into it. Now, I will talk a little bit about these cards, or at least specific ones. Oh, it looks like... Are these messed up? Hold on, give me a second. 40, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31. Because... Oh, okay. Alright, that makes sense. Okay. They're reversed. But the last card was on top, so everything was messed up. Okay, here's the first card. So this is what the first card was supposed to be. You saw the other one, but I'm so happy with this one. A Gem Mint 10 Rayquaza Gold Star from Clash of the Blue Sky. I originally graded this one, and it came back a 9. But I really disagreed with that grade, as the back, you can see, is really perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. If anything, I'd say the centering is maybe the slightest bit off, but I still thought that it was within the boundaries for a PSA 10. So I sent it back in, I cracked it out of the case and sent it back in, and it came back as a 10. So extremely happy with that, to have a Gem Mint 10 Rayquaza Gold Star in my collection. The prices for these are going up extremely fast. What are they, in the $200 to $300 range? It used to be you could get one for $100, so they've doubled, tripled, depending on which sale you're looking at, just probably in the past year or so. So really awesome to knock that one off my list. That's one I really couldn't go without getting a Gem Mint 10. The next one, got a couple full arts here. The Secret Rare Alakazam from Awakening of the Psychic King. This is just a absolutely beautiful card. Beautiful Mitsuhiro Arita artwork. If you haven't seen my top 10 Pokemon TCG illustrators, Mitsuhiro Arita is definitely ranked in there, so go and check that out. This card is featured in that video as well. So super happy for that one to come back a 10. Yeah, I just love that card artwork. We don't have a ton of Japanese full arts this submission. This is the last one for Japanese full arts. A Mega Scizor EX from Rage of the Broken Heavens came back at Gem Mint 10. I pulled this myself. I believe it was out of my first box of XY9. Just got around to grading it now. When was that? XY9 is probably like back in maybe March or something. I believe, yeah, it was probably either back in March. No, not it. It couldn't have been. Could it have been December? It might have been December. Who knows? But XY9 Mega Scizor EX Gem Mint 10. Absolutely amazing grade. Super happy with this card. I collect new school full arts and old Japanese EX series, so that's mainly what you're going to be seeing in this video. I sent in 2 Umbreon EX full arts from Fates Collide. Was hoping for a 10 on one of them. Unfortunately, that did not happen. We got a mint 9 on one and a near mint to mint 8 on the other. Checking out the 8, I mean, there's some edge nicks. I think it's probably the centering. As you can see, the top is much larger than the bottom. This is probably my, and I ordered 4 of these, so really annoyed that the 2 best ones that I decided to choose came back as a 9 and an 8. But I really wasn't expecting anything less from these cards, or anything more from these cards. I just really wanted to send them in just to see what I could get. I'll probably be selling both of these. If you're interested, shoot me a PM or an email. My email is FourthStarTCG@gmail.com, just my channel name @gmail.com. Next up, you have a Mint 9 Rayquaza EX Full Art from Dragons Exalted. This is another crack and resubmit. I was really hoping that this would come back a 10 the second time around. I can frankly see nothing really wrong with it at all. Maybe there are a couple specks on the edges, but besides that, nothing really is wrong with this card. Centering is wonderful. So I'm not sure if maybe if I send it in again, I'll do a review service. Yeah, so this one did grade a 9. My English full arts weren't exactly that good, but everything else totally makes up for it. I now have some English EXs that I sent in. First up, we have a Kingdra EX. Came back a mint 9 from EX Dragon. Was really hoping for a 10 on this. I mean, maybe there are a couple specs, like a speck in this corner, a speck in the top left. But I was really hoping for a 10 on this. I could see nothing wrong with it. I usually submit cards that I submit cards that I think have a chance at a 10, and only those cards. Stuff like the full art Umbreon and stuff, I was kind of just sort of winging that and hoping for a 10. But I wasn't not too disappointed that that did not come back a 10. You got a Latios EX from EX Dragon. This one came back a 9. A little baffling to me, as there is absolutely nothing wrong with this card. So this is definitely a candidate to be resent in just to check that grade and see maybe if I got a harsh grader this time around on English cards. But with the other ones that are coming up, that might, your opinion might change. So we have a ton of awesome stuff coming up. Let's get right into it. Magcargo EX from EX Dragon. This one came back a Gem Mint 10. A Gem Mint 10 on any English card is amazing, so I will take this anytime. This is just amazing. Super happy to have this card in my collection. It's not a super high caliber EX, but it's still really awesome to have in a Gem Mint 10. Pop that in the background there. Definitely deserves to be there. Here we'll maybe center everything a little bit more and move that off to the side. Next up, we got another EX. We got a bunch of English EXs. We have a Gem Mint 10 Groudon EX from EX Hidden Legends. Really happy with this. I have the Kyogre EX from the same set. I actually pulled that myself and graded it a 10, so that's really awesome. Again, nothing wrong with this card, so very happy that it was able to score the Gem Mint 10 grade. Throw that in the background. Next up, we got 2 absolutely amazing cards. We have a Gem Mint 10 Regice EX from EX Hidden Legends. This was another crack and resubmit. I graded this card a 9 previously, but I was really hoping that it would come back a 10, so I resent it and I cracked it out of the case, and it came back a 10 this round. Like I said, really nothing wrong with this card on the back, so that's why I was hoping for a 10 this round, and it came back as a 10, so really awesome there. This now completes, one of the things that I like as a collector is to get the same card in a PSA 10 in English and Japanese. I think it's a wonderful contrast. I have the Regice EX in first edition PSA 10 in Japanese, and now I have it in English PSA 10 as well. This is probably, want to say maybe the most valuable card in this submission coming up next. This is a Population 2. I know of the other collector who has the other one, and it's in a complete EX series set. But here we go. We have a Gem Mint 10 Milotic EX, or Milotic, whatever you want to call it, from EX Emerald. This is another crack and resubmit. I remember I bought this card off of Pokemon Master 556. He didn't think it was worthy enough for a 10. I did. Honestly, I mean, there's maybe a little speck in the top right corner, and I can see PSA graded this card a 9 the first time around, so I can understand why they graded it a 9. Just if you can see that really tiny speck right there, some graders will grade that card a 9 just because of that. Others will not. I really didn't think that this was a 9 card, and PSA agreed with me this time, so it kind of came back a Gem Mint 10. Super happy with that. Population 2, like I said, really not sure if I'll be selling this. This card is probably at least worth several $100s. Might even be worth more than the Rayquaza Gold Star, depending on who wants it. Not for sale right now, but if you're going to blow me away with an offer, feel free. I'll never turn down an offer. Oh goodness, everything's going crazy. Alright, we'll abandon the background. I don't want to spend time setting that back up. Or at least we'll abandon this part of the background. There. We'll get into some more cards. Next up, we have a Registeel EX from the Japanese Play Promo set. Nothing. This isn't too special of a card. I don't know what the population is, probably over 15, but still really cool. Knocks away another card in my Japanese EX. I am searching for all Japanese EX cards in a PSA 10, so that's another one to knock off the list there. Next up, this is absolutely amazing. I am so happy with this. It is a first edition PSA 10 Regirock EX from Undone Seal. I believe this is a Population 3. I think someone paid, or the guy who was looking for this card to complete his ADV series set was paying $100 for a mint copy. So I'm just so happy that I was able to get this in a 10. And it completes my first edition Regis from Undone Seal in Japanese set. So I now have the Regice, the Regirock, and the Registeel all in a PSA 10. So that's just so amazing. Now continuing with the Japanese EXs, we got a Steelix EX from Golden Sky Silvery Ocean. Gem Mint 10 first edition. Absolutely amazing to have this card. Yeah, just mind-blowing that I am knocking out these old Japanese EXs really as quickly as I possibly can. It's just fantastic. We got a Play Promo up next, another Play Promo Groudon. This one isn't too hard to find in good condition, but I needed it to complete my set, or my Play Promo set, or not, my Play Promo Blanks Groudon, Kyogre, and Rayquaza set. So I have all three of those, all three of the Play Promo Hoenn Legends now in a 10, so that'll look awesome together. Super happy with that. The last two cards in this box, and then we'll finish it off in the last box. Not sure what's in the last box. Oh, I know what's in the last box. Okay, so we got an Exploud EX Miracle Crystal, first edition PSA 10. Very nice to get that. Not exactly a mind-blowing card, but still one that I needed in my eventual pursuits. Last card, this card here is mind-blowing. Gem Mint 10 first edition Rayquaza EX from EX Dragon Frontiers. It's just so fantastic that I was able to score this card. This is another crack and resubmit, but the first time, I have no clue why PSA gave this card a 9. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It's a beautiful card. I won it for, I think, $1. It's a Population 1, and it knocks out another card on my Dragon Frontiers set list. So I now only need the Altaria, the Flygon, and the Kingdra, and once I have that, I will have a complete Japanese Dragon Frontiers set, which is just mind-blowing to say that. or all the EXs in PSA 10. So the last cards here. This is just all my paperwork. We got 5 more? Alright. First up, another one that I'm so happy to finally have. A Gem Mint 10 Espeon EX from Golden Sky Silvery Ocean. I've graded 3 of these. I've owned maybe 6 or 7. So it's just so awesome to have this in my collection finally. It's a Pop 2 in Unlimited Edition. So that is great right there. Did grade another copy here. The first edition copy. I was really hoping this one would come back a 10. But it did come back a 9. I really can't see anything wrong with this card. Possible resend just for the heck of it. But I don't know. I don't know if I'll be doing that anymore. We'll see. We'll see about the resending. But very happy with the 9 on this, especially since I just got the 10. And of course, to go with it, we have the Umbreon EX in first edition, which managed to score a Gem Mint 10 as well. I now have this in a 10 in first edition and unlimited, which is so cool. Don't know if I'll be selling one, but yeah, who knows. Next up, this one's a little weird. Yeah. Oh, I see it. I see it now. Okay. So we got a Sceptile EX, which came back a Near Mint 7. This is the lowest grade I've ever received in a submission. And I see it now. There is some edge wear along this side. It's not something I saw to begin with. I'm not really... I don't want to be one of those conspiracy theorists that says, like, oh, PSA damaged this card. Most likely, I just missed it. I missed the edge wear. Or I picked up the wrong card. I ordered 2 of these, and I must have card savored the wrong one, the less minty version. So maybe I'll go and check out my card binder and see if there's one in there that isn't this damaged. So that's a little weird. And the final card is a Mint 9 Gyarados EX from Flight of Legends. So there's the submission. Pretty fantastic, I have to say. It's always great when your 10s outnumber your 9s and below. Knocked out some absolutely amazing cards in this submission. So many great English cards. So many just amazing cards in general. So we'll do the FST fan here. We'll get another shot at all of these amazing cards. Just beautiful. So thank you guys so much for watching. Very glad that you can join me on this wonderful PSA journey. Who knows when I'll be sending it again. I do have a nice stack of cards, but we'll see when that happens. So thank you guys very much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and stick around for more videos.